it's your boy. I'm back. Fresh cut. You like it? Nice. Anyways, so let's get into this stuff. Now, first things first, I am keeping the stash for Movember and whatnot. That's why I still got that, so I don't want to see any comments on that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So today's video is going to be focused on the LCS and all the rumors that we've heard, and some of the things that got confirmed as soon as free agency opened up. Now I've been doing a little bit of digging, a little bit of research. Of course, I've watched quite a few of the popular streamers slash YouTubers and the content that they put out on this kind of stuff. So I'm going to give you first of all, the rosters that are projected slash confirmed, and I'm also going to give you my thoughts on those rosters and just how I think it should play out once the LCS season gets started. I'm also going to make some comments on the new changes to the academy slash amateur scene. We'll get to that in a moment as well. But yeah, before I address that, of course, Scouting Grounds is now over. Now, with that being said, congratulations to all of the top 10 players that got drafted. Niles got drafted to Dignitas. We had Tony Top go first overall. We had NXI go over to FlyQuest, which quick note, I'm going to talk about FlyQuest later on in this video as well. Now, for those of you that don't already know, FlyQuest is probably one of the orgs that I am a little bit more biased towards, but don't worry about that. I'm not going to let that bias hurt any of my opinions that I have in this video, so that's not going to be a factor, so you don't have to worry about that at any point in time. So alright, so that pretty much covers just some of the kind of preface to the video parts. For those of you that are new to my channel, please do leave a like and subscribe. Of course, I am trying to make this kind of content regularly. And of course, if you want to see other kinds of content on my channel, please do let me know. If you guys want to see League of Legends gameplay, I will actually start uploading some of that kind of gameplay on my channel as well. I am currently coaching a team, well, an amateur team that is not too high ranked. We're still climbing up the ranks. I'm still trying to figure out my roster for that team, and our end goal is going to be to make it towards that Proving Grounds tournament that Riot is now putting out. So hopefully we get to that one day, and maybe you guys will. A lot of you guys come into my channel, in the future. Maybe that's why you're here. So if that is the case, then welcome. But anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and start with the LCS roster kind of overview first. So let me pull that up real quick over here for myself. There it is. Okay. So first things first, you see here that there are 4 almost fully confirmed rosters, right? So when I say fully confirmed, I mean like pretty much 4 or all 5 of the players have been confirmed at this point, and there's not going to be any realistic changes going into the next little while. We have three rosters that are almost confirmed, so maybe there's like 2 people or so that are, rumored to go there, but not fully confirmed, like not 100% pen to paper confirmed. And then we have 3 other rosters which are not even close to being confirmed. Like we don't, like, maybe we know 2 or 3 players, maybe we know rumors, but we don't know every single player that's going to be there. And for some of the positions, we just don't even know what they're going to do. Like, it's just big confusion. So anyways, let's get started then. So starting with, I'd say the most obvious roster. Oh, and actually there's a bit of a mistake here. I'm going to remove Palafox. But here, yeah, you got Fudge, Blabber, Perks, Ven, Vulcan. This is one of the 2 powerhouse teams for this season, of course. For those of you that don't already know, they're at the $5 million buyout for Perks. That was some crazy news that dropped. I mean, it's been being anticipated for a very long time now, but oh man, it's some crazy stuff. You got Perks and Sven on the same team now. You got Vulcan, Blabber, Fudge, all 3 of them being extremely, great players that were developed in NA, and that's going to be really important moving forward. We got Team Liquid next. Alfari, Santorin, Jensen, Tactical, and Core JJ. Now, this is a pretty crazy roster. In my opinion, this is the best roster going into the next LCS season, just based on the players that I see here. Alfari may not be hyper good, but I still think he's really good as it is in the top lane. He can hold it down pretty well. Coming from the LEC, I also give him a little bit of an advantage there in terms of top lane players that they have over there. Santorin, my opinion, the best jungler from NA over the last season. I think it's a pretty straightforward decision there. We got Jensen, now that Bjergsen's gone, easily the #1 mid laner. That is currently in NA, not including Perks right now, obviously, because Perks is going to be pretty good too. So I would put Jensen first, Perks second for the time being, just until we figure out how well Perks can go back to playing mid lane, right? Because we know he's that really really great player, right? He plays mid lane, but he's been playing AD carry for a little while now, so it's going to be interesting to see how well he can come back into his own. But I still think he's going to be really good. Like there's no doubt in my mind about that. So. Question is, how good is Jensen going to be? So, with that being said, for the time being, just benefit of the doubt, I'm going to put Jensen at the #1 spot for mid laners. And then we got Tactical Core JJ. Core JJ, literally one of the best supports as it is. Tactical proved himself pretty well, I'd say, over the last split, as well as at Worlds. So I don't think too many people should be doubting, how Tactical is going to be performing on this team. So, going, pretty much running it back with Core JJ as well. I think that provides a lot more synergy in your bot lane, especially when two players are working together for an extended period of time. So the fact that they did not change up their support or bot lane roster is actually, I think, very important to what's going to be happening next. And I think same applies for Sven Vulcan here as well. And Fudge, Blabber, I don't need to really talk about these guys since they're a little bit... Fudge, a lot of people may not know him, but Fudge is a pretty good top laner. Blabber, you already know. I don't need to say much about Blabber. Sven Vulcan didn't feel like that great of a bot lane to me, personally. Just the way I saw it. Vulcan was a great support. Sven, on the other hand, I don't know about how great of an AD carry he was last season, but I don't know if I'd put him that high up my list in terms of AD carries. But with that being said, I think TL is the better team overall. I just like the TL roster more. I think they're the #1 team going into next season. EG, Impact, Svenskeren, Jizuke, Lost, Ignar. Lost Ignar is going to be a crazy combination. A lot of people don't know who Lost is, but Lost is really, really, really good AD carry. He's been being developed for a while now, and just based on what I've seen before from Lost, I think he's going to be really good. Impact, we already know. Impact is, he's not the best at carry champs. We know he likes to play those tank champs, but he was a rock for Team Liquid last season in the top lane. So honestly, I think the same thing's going to happen with EG this season. We got Svenskeren. Svenskeren is a pretty solid jungler. Nothing to take away from Svenskeren there, really, but I would not put him top 3 junglers right now, though. So EG's lineup is looking more probably like a 4th, 5th place style roster here. So I think that's what, kind of where I project the roster to end up. So these are 3 confirmed rosters so far, and then we move down to Immortals. This is another one that was that is pretty much confirmed at this point. So we got Revenge, we got Xerxes, we got Insanity, Race, and Destiny. It's not too much to say there, honestly. This is not going to be top of the line roster. At least not by my standards, at least, just based on what we're seeing from the other rosters. Sanity, Xerxes, Revenge, all fairly decent. I'm not going to take too much away from them. But at the same time, we got Race now. So if you guys remember a lot of the videos that I did on Worlds 2020, Race was a pretty good AD carry. Like, I didn't have too much to take away from Race and Isles when they were at Worlds. So honestly, Race can prove himself to be really good in the LCS this year. It's very possible. With the blowing up of Oceania, this actually brings up quite a few good players from there over to here. You're going to see another one of those in just a moment when we talk about the next team. But anyway, so that's the situation over there. And then we got Destiny. So it was initially projected to be Race and Isles in the bot lane, but they just recently confirmed Destiny to be the support for Immortals, if I remember correctly. So that's it for Immortals. Let's move on now to FlyQuest. Oh, sorry, just to give you a kind of finishing position for them. Maybe like if the roster stays the same, I assume this is going to be probably like a back of the field roster, or not a back of the field, but like mid to back of the field roster. Maybe like 6th or 7th, probably somewhere around there. Maybe 8th even. Who knows? But let's go down now. Let's talk about FlyQuest. So this is the surprise roster for me. And a lot of people may not like what I have to say about this roster. But here we go. So FlyQuest, Licorice, Jose Deodo, Palafox, Johnson, and Diamond. I hold Licorice at a very high standard. I really do think that Licorice is a really good top laner. I would put him above quite a few of the top laners we have right now in the current state of the LCS. As a result, I would like to say Licorice is actually top 3, top 4, in the top lane. And just based on that, and the fact that Jose Deodo is a monster at Worlds, I'm going to say that FlyQuest is going to be pretty high up the ranks, just based on those two players. Now, if we look at the rest of it, Palafox, very good mid laner. Johnson, they've acquired Johnson now from Dignitas, I think it was. Yeah, they acquired Johnson in a buyout from Dignitas, and at this point in time, Diamond also a very good support. So by the way, Licorice, Palafox, Diamond all came from Cloud9 in like a package deal. So I'd say FlyQuest got off pretty good with this team. So if you're asking me right now, this is a third, fourth place roster, competing with EG for that kind of general spot of finishing positions. In fact, this roster, I'd say their base, like their floor, is like fourth, fifth place, and then their ceiling is even second place. They can probably take. It really depends on how the team performs together. Now, the one kind of thing that goes to their detriment is that this is a brand new team. This is a team that has not played together as much. Especially Jose Deodo coming straight out of LATAM, right? So he doesn't really have that much experience playing in the LCS, and that's going to go a long way, in my opinion. Licorice, Palafox, Diamond, on the other hand, a little bit of a different scenario. They're all coming from Cloud9. They know each other a little bit, but that kind of thing. Johnson, Dignitas. I'd say Johnson was a very good AD carry last season. Just from what I saw, I'd put FBI Johnson Tactical at the top, honestly, for last season. The youngest AD carries are the ones that have been showing the most potential, by far, to me, in the LCS. And so, you know what? Getting Johnson, I think, is a pretty big pickup. This is a very young team. A very young team with a ceiling that is, in my opinion, insanely high. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to attribute this to my kind of infatuation with FlyQuest, but I do like FlyQuest, but that's actually not why I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that just based on purely what I think about the players themselves and the roster that FlyQuest has. So moving forward now, let's go down to 100 Thieves. Oh, by the way, quick note, the FlyQuest was one of the teams that was not fully confirmed, but I believe Johnson is now fully confirmed. It was going to be Deathly or Johnson, but I think they got both of them. So I know FlyQuest has Deathly now, but I think Deathly is going to be in their academy team, and Johnson is the one that's going to be starting for FlyQuest, unless Deathly gets traded out to another team afterwards for someone else. So that's possible too. So looking down now, we got 100 Thieves. I don't know why there's no space there. Okay, 100 Thieves. So we got Someday, Closer, Demonte, FBI, Huhi. This is literally just Golden Guardians plus Someday. And honestly, the Golden Guardians did pretty well, right? They made it to playoffs. So, I mean, adding Someday, I think, is a pretty big change. I think this is a pretty big deal. This roster is going to be same kind of midfield spots that EG and FlyQuest are going to be fighting for, third, fourth, fifth. That's what they're going to be. Possibly sixth, like somewhere in that range. Actually, no, I don't think I'd put them towards the fifth, sixth. I think I'd put them towards 4 or 5, maybe 3, 4. And then I would actually put the EG roster more towards kind of like the same area. So honestly, I think it's going to be Cloud9 TL at the very top, and then you're going to have EG, FlyQuest, and 100 Thieves fighting for third, fourth, fifth, and then you're going to have Immortals probably like 6th, 7th, 8th. So let's get down now to CLG. Now this is the sleeper team, so this is where a lot of opinions may differ based on what's going to happen and what might not happen. But you got Finn, Broxa, Pobelter, all I'd say very good players, like decent to good players. And then you got Wild Turtle, Smoothie. Wild Turtle is the sleeper player. This is the one that a lot of people don't know about. This is the one that people may not understand just how good he actually is. Wild Turtle is a very solid player. I'm not going to say he's an amazing player, but he's a very solid player. He's definitely somebody that can show up sometimes. Not a lot of the times, and definitely not when you really want him to. But he can definitely hold it down, though. He's not going to lose super hard. He's not going to get destroyed a lot of the times. It would take a lot to destroy Wild Turtle, in my opinion, in the bot lane. But that's a little bit different story because before he was with Ignar, right? So another thing to keep in mind is that the reason why this is one of the almost rosters is because Wild Turtle is not confirmed here. But that's the thing, though. I would consider Wild Turtle and possibly Pobelter to be the biggest parts of this team if this does happen, but at the same time, Wild Turtle's not confirmed, and actually, because of that, Smoothie's not confirmed either. So they're probably going to change the support based on if whoever the other AD carries, it's not Wild Turtle. So yeah, that's it for the almost / confirmed teams. So the full / almost confirmed teams. Now let's move down to another set of kind of almost teams, but this one is kind of like not fully confirmed. So this is one of the almost teams as well. So let's take a quick look at it then. So we got here projected Huni, Speaker, Power of Evil, Doublelift, and projected Sword Art. So the Sword Art thing may or may not go through. It's really dependent on visa and immigration, because I know that both Suning and TSM want this deal to go through. However, the issue that they're having right now is with the whole COVID pandemic going on, the situation with immigration for Sword Art's not going to go too well. So they're still waiting on the results of what's going to happen there. And then once they figure that out, they can actually confirm Sword Art as a support. But for the most part, this is pretty much confirmed. Oh, whoops, I changed that there. But for the most part, this is pretty much confirmed. So it's going to be Huni, Speak Up, Power of Evil, Doublelift, and Sword Art. Power of Evil, one of the best mid laners. I'd say top 3 now that Perks is there. I'm not sure if I'd put him higher than Perks, but I know he can stand up to Jensen oftentimes. So honestly, I would have put Perks and Jensen, Power of Evil as the top 3 mid laners for the last split. And it wasn't that it wasn't that far actually between them, that much of a gap between them. So I would actually put Power of Evil maybe second best mid laner, depending on how well Perks can actually be in the mid lane, having, just come back to the position. So, Spica, I'm not going to say the best jungler. There were quite a few junglers that were really good last season, but I'd put Spica in the top 4 from last season, maybe top 5. And honestly, he did really well from what I saw in playoffs, / not really at Worlds, but in playoffs. And honestly, I think he's pretty solid. I don't think there's too much to complain about with Spica. Huni, this is the big question mark. There's a big Huni hate train going around saying that Huni's not good. And honestly, I'm of a similar belief. I feel like they could have taken Impact or Licorice here. They could have. I mean, I guess there was going to be a package deal for Lost and Diamond and all that kind of stuff. So, for Palafox and Diamond and stuff. But I feel like they should have taken it. I feel like this should have been Licorice, Spica, Palafox, and Doublelift and Diamond. I think that would have been actually not a bad roster, in my opinion. Having Bjergsen, the nice, experienced mid laner, teaching Palafox or like coaching Palafox as to what to do. I feel like that would have been very beneficial overall to the game of League of Legends in NA, just because you would have had another superstar level mid laner being developed by another superstar level mid laner. So I feel like that's just a missed opportunity, in my opinion. But that's not what happened. This is what's happening. Power of Evil, I already think, is a very high level mid laner. I think he's going to get a little bit better, just very slightly, working with Bjergsen. But even then, I don't think it's going to be that much more. So with that being said, Huni, I'm going to put Huni as a bit of a wild card here. I think he can be much better than a lot of people think he is. So I'm going to say Huni, Spica, Power of Evil, Doublelift, and Sword Art. Now, this is the big surprise. Like, nobody expected Sword Art to be the one to come down to TSM. And honestly, Sword Art, Doublelift, that can be very good. Sword Art likes to be very aggressive. Doublelift also likes to be very aggressive. So this can actually work out fairly well. It really depends on how kind of preseason works out. This is what I would like to think is a make it or break it team. This is a team that's going to either be really, really good and be top 5, or just bomb and just tank completely. Which, I mean, I highly doubt that's going to happen. They have Speak Up, Power of Evil, Doublelift, and Sword Art is pretty good as it is. I think he would fit in on quite a few teams. The big factor is Huni. How good is Huni going to be? Because we saw just how much the top lane meta affected teams last year, right? So the FlyQuest going to Worlds, they beat a bunch of teams even without a decent mid lane or decent top laner. So honestly, the new meta with the preseason changes and everything, we're gonna have to see how much top lane really affects the game overall. So we'll have to see how that goes. But anyways, with that being said, I still think TSM can be top 5 here. So once again, let me revise everything I said earlier then. So C9 TL, probably top 2. And then we have, you know what, I'm not as big on EG at that point, but I think the mid-tier teams are a little bit more competitive now. So EG, FlyQuest, 100 Thieves, and now TSM. Those are all teams that are fighting for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. And then fighting for more like 6th, 7th, 8th is going to be Immortals, CLG, and well, we'll get to Dignitas and Golden Guardians in a second. But anyways, so that's kind of where I think that's going to go. So now let's get to more like the 8th, 9th, 10th seeds, which once again should be probably like maybe CLG and let me see. Wait, hold on. Do I have 10 teams here? Hold on. Cloud9, TL, EG, IMT. Oh, that's what I was forgetting, IMT. Wait, was I? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Yeah, now I have all 10 teams. Okay. Alright, that's fine. You know what? Maybe I should just put a number beside them, thinking, you know, just indicating where I think they're going to be. C9, I actually think they're the, I'm going to say 1/2. I mean, just because I don't know how this is going to play out. It really depends on Perks and how good he actually is. EG, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sorry, not 2. It's supposed to be 3. Okay. FlyQuest, same idea. 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 100 Thieves, which is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to update that as we go through. Oh, wait, yeah, why do I have Immortals here? Hold on, sorry. Immortals is supposed to be 7, 8, 9. Actually, even 10. I'm going to put 10 there as well, just to cover all of our bases. I'm going to streamline that a little bit more once we get more information on a lot of the teams. So we got 100 Thieves, EG in the 3, 4, 5, 6 range, and FlyQuest, CLG, Finn, Broxa, Pole Belter, Wild Turtle, Smoothie. This is where I think it's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to say 7, 8, 9, 10 for them. TSM 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's much better. That makes more sense now. Sorry, that took a little bit too long for me to do that. But there we go. That's where I expect them to be. Probably 5 or 6 is where I would expect them to be. I don't think they're going to be in the upper regions there. And then we've got Dignitas. So this is where big question marks. Not a clue who's going to go where. So we know it's Dardoch and Aframu. We know that for sure. Hanser, not a clue. You know, there's no real talks about their top laner. We're assuming it might be Hanser. Mid laner, we just have no goddamn clue. I don't even know. It was going to be Johnson at one point, but then Johnson's now on FlyQuest because he got bought out by FlyQuest. So now the only other one that's left that is kind of rumored is Sneaky. So if it's not Sneaky, then we have no idea who this is. I mean, Sneaky Aframu would actually be really nice. You know, I'm just not quite sure how well Sneaky plays anymore. Since he's coming back, but Dardoch. I mean, we all know how good he is, but we also know what kind of problems he has. So it'll be interesting to see how he's improved. So now let's get down to Golden Guardians. And let me just put them right there right now. I'm going to put them at 9 and 10 right away. I don't think I need to really do much there. You know what? Fine. I'll keep it. I'll keep it consistent. I'll keep it nice and consistent. So Golden Guardians. Niles, Blaze Olive. That's all we know. The rest of them we have no idea. So here we're expecting Closer. I think. I don't know. Wait, is Closer on another team? Let me just double check. Oh, yes he is. He's on 100 Thieves. Yep, I made a mistake there. Sorry. There we go. That way, we don't even know. Don't even know. They traded away their entire team to Evil Geniuses. So, we don't even know. Then again, we know for a fact that Golden Guardians has done quite a bit of, how do you say it, development over the years. Over the last couple of years. So it's possible that they're just going to do more development. And I mean, that's really apparent in the sense that they got Niles and a Blaze Olive. Niles is coming literally straight out of Scouting Grounds. And I don't even think he did that well in Scouting Grounds, in my personal opinion. So I don't know what's going on with that. I feel like they should, if this is what they want to do, and they literally just want to take a Scouting Ground circuit team here, and they don't even have a jungler that's been rumored for them, then I think they should just go straight for NXI if they want, someone who's close to LCS ready at that point. If they really want to just, go for that kind of side of things. But yeah, anyways, we have no idea what's going to happen here. We're expecting a rookie probably coming out of Academy. We have no idea who's going to be here. once again, same idea, expecting a rookie maybe, or import or something like that. It really depends. So with that being said, that kind of wraps up this roster, and just because we don't know who is going to be here yet, I have to give it the 7, 8, 9, 10 ranking, just because we have no idea who it's going to be. So once these two rosters are confirmed, I can actually give them real rankings in our list, and then I can actually solidify my predictions based on some of the scrims that we're going to be having later. So based on scrims and things like that, I'm going to come back and remake this video. Once the full free agency is complete, we know full teams, we know full rosters, that's going to be the better time to come back and talk about this. I'm going to make another video like this, very similar to this one, for the academy rosters, once I learn a little bit more about them and I do a little bit more background research into their players. So like I said, I'm going to be covering a little bit more of the amateur league on my channel over the next little while, so please do keep an eye out for that. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Of course, if you're enjoying my content, please do leave a like, subscribe. I know I'm getting a lot of views on quite a few of these videos, so that's great. It's good to see. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all later. Peace.